Hello, everybody. I am Payal, a psychologist, and I welcome you all on behalf of Spirituality, Health, and Inner Values Academy. Our today's discussion is about the different aspects of mind and blissfulness. Now, the question that arises is, does mind really exist? In psychology, we have studied there are three types of mind: conscious mind, subconscious mind, and the unconscious mind. Mind as an entity has been a boggling puzzle or a mystery for over centuries now. But with the advancement of psychology and spirituality, we can safely say that as of today, it's now, we can actually understand or explain mind in much more simpler and an uncomplicated way. See, in fact, when our consciousness it creates thoughts using intellect, it is called mind. Mind as an entity in itself has no existence. It's just like a shadow of our own consciousness. You cannot fight or win over your own shadow. It would be like an animal chasing its own tail. You cannot get rid of it. You cannot live without it. It is something like that. To control your own shadow, you have to control yourself. It's something like that. The controller, the creator, and the user of all these thoughts is me, the consciousness, with the use of intellect. There are two ways in which we can create thoughts. One is being self aware and self conscious. Something to draw an analogy, it's like somebody who's trying to enter through a front door. That is when thoughts enter our mind through the front door. What happens? Somebody will knock, and it is your discretion to decide whether you will allow them to enter inside or not. That is the first way in which you create thoughts. You decide which thoughts will enter your mind and which won't. Second way. The second way is a careless way. You have no conscious control of whatever thoughts are generated in your mind. It is like an autopilot way. Anything can be formed, anything will come, anything will go, just like the thoughts entering through a back door, where you don't know what is coming and what is going. It's like that. For example, suppose now an unwanted situation arises around you, suppose in your office or with your boss or with your husband or wife or anything else. Now, if you are reacting according to the first way, what happens? First of all, you accept the situation as it is happening. Okay, so and so has happened. I can understand it. And second is the thought that is generated, you decide. Second thought that is generated is, okay, so what should be my action plan? What next should I do? That is when you are very aware of what exactly is going to be created in your mind in reaction to the situation that has happened around you. Second way, autopilot. The situation has happened. What thoughts come? No control. God, what is going to happen? I don't think so I can deal with it. In the past too, something like that happened and I was in disaster. I don't think so I can continue with this. This is just impossible. How can I go on with such a kind of life? My future is doomed, and so on and on and on. A deadlock is created. You have no control over it. You will say, मैं अपनी thoughts को नहीं रोक सकता. I cannot stop my thoughts. It's just coming. What can I do? That is when you are operating on the second mode, and when you are not aware of your own consciousness, when the consciousness is not in control of your own thoughts. You know why this is so important? Because thoughts are subtle energies. Yes, they are. They're energies. It's an energy field. When unnecessary thoughts are created, they take away our energies. Good thoughts will add up to our spiritual energy. The wasteful thoughts suck away our energy. See, for example, Let us draw an analogy. Suppose you have a garden and you are a gardener and you take care of that garden. What will you do? You decide which plants will be put up in your garden, what would be the amount of nourishment that has to be given to them, what length will they grow to, and how to keep them prim and proper. So, what is the result? The garden looks beautiful. Now, suppose you have a garden, you are the gardener, but you don't take care of the gardener and let it grow the way in which it wants to grow. What will happen? Weeds will grow, wild plants will grow, unchecked. They will multiply in numbers. They will just go on and on and on. What would be the result? An extremely untidy, disagreeable looking, and unhealthy garden, right? When you are not taking care of your garden and letting it grow as it wants to grow. This is how it happens. Now, from this analogy, suppose, consider this mind is your garden and you are the gardener, the consciousness which take control of it, decides each and every thought that is going to enter or be created in this beautiful garden. It's your choice. Beautiful garden or an untidy and unhealthy garden. You know, these wasteful thoughts, these unnecessary, unproductive thoughts, they do two things, as earlier mentioned, the way in which I mentioned earlier. First, it sucks out the precious life energy which is required by us for our day-to-day activities. Second, you know, it is the major reason for most of the neurotic symptoms like anxiety, fear, depression, and much, much more. The reason for all the stress that leads to the non communicable diseases like heart attacks, hypertension, cancer, diabetes, stroke, heart diseases, and addictions combined with an unhealthy lifestyle. What to do about it? Do I have the power? Herein steps the subconscious mind. What is the power of subconscious mind? You know, the long-term memory is known as the subconscious mind. To explain, basically, it is the place where all the repetitive tasks that we have done or the things that we have learned, like reading, writing, or driving, or any other skill that we have learned, it gets stored over there. It's like, suppose if you're doing a repetitive task, it forms a neural pathway and it gets programmed there. Just like programming a robot or a computer, you program your subconscious mind so that when you're not even aware, you'll be able to do it because it's already there. Just like an instinctual fight or flight response that you have, it comes from that part of the memory. So think, you have a place which is already programmed and you know it. You can reprogram it. How? We have affirmations. What are affirmations? Positive thoughts. What is, we have been listening about positive thinking, positive thinking. What is positive thinking? What does it do? Programming yourself is nothing but a different habit cultivated by a different repetitive task. I keep on saying to myself, I'm peaceful, I have lots of time, I'm easy, I am joyous, I'm happy, I'm free. I keep on saying this to myself repetitively, again and again and again. What happens? It gets programmed there in my subconscious mind. With this brief discussion, what we just seek is for you to realize that you have the power of this self-consciousness, so that you can use it to live each and every day consciously, which is going to help you lead happy, healthy, blissful life. Thank you so much.